everything on the table.
Yeah.
Would you have rolled it for $30 million?
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah. Even if I wasn't a fighter for $30 million, I'd get my ass kicked for $30 million. Yo, okay.
And like I said, for $30 million, but I don't know how Jon Jones' body feels.
Israel Adesanya has weighed in on Jon Jones' retirement saga, saying Jones made a smart decision when he first stepped away from the sport.
I don't want to say he lets himself go, but he has a belly on him. Am I lying?
No, you said it. I know what you mean. You're right. Yeah.
He's not the most disciplined. I view him as is he on point with his diet? How does his body feel? Does he feel great? I have no idea what he's going through, right?
Yeah.
So I'm taking that perspective. Like maybe he doesn't need $30 million, right? I mean, that's once again like when I say these things, it's not me talking shit.
His reasoning is rooted in legacy, as Jones has already built an incredible career that could have ended on a high note. According to Adesanya, the smartest move would have been for Jones to retire after his victory over Stipe Miocic, preserving a legacy untouched by devastating losses that could harm his reputation. Adesanya, known for his own calculated and strategic approach, understands how a single defeat can tarnish a fighter's legacy, especially when you've been as dominant as Jones.
At heavyweight, his resume is not even close to what he was at light heavyweight. Light heavyweight, he went through the
light heavyweight. What he's done in there, I acknowledge it. What he's done at heavyweight, I don't acknowledge it next to Tom Aspinall. That's just my personal opinion because he didn't have enough footprint. Like
you met Tom?
I have met Tom.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Big dude. Great guy.
Dude. In shape. Like when I got next to him, I was like,
thick.
He's thick. I was like, you're in shape. I was like, and fast, light on his toes. He explodes across the void in and out.
Yeah.
Like, you're in shape. You are a disciplined athlete that is always in shape.
However, it appears Jones isn't ready to hang up his gloves just yet. Only days after Israel's comments, the UFC star shocked fans by returning from retirement, spurred by the announcement of a UFC event scheduled to take place at the White House in 2026. Jones, who vacated his heavyweight title and retired in June, now seems eager to compete again. Yet UFC President Dana White fueled the drama by insisting the chances of Jones fighting at the White House event were 1,000,000,000 to 1, making it clear that his trust in Jones has been shaken due to the constant back and forth surrounding his retirement and subsequent re-entry into the UFC's anti-doping.
I just wonder, at this point, is there anything in the next few months or several months that Jon could do where you could say, okay, I actually trust him to put him on that card?
Let me ask you, what do you think Jon would do in the next couple of months that would make me trust putting him on the White House card?
Well, I would not trust him, but I would like to see him fight Aspinall on that card down the road.
So I already said that I don't trust him, and you're asking me what could he do for me to trust him in the next 3 months. You don't trust him.
Well, yes, but you talk to him. I don't.
Yeah. No, I don't talk to him either. I haven't talked to him at all.
Well, there's a greater chance you'll talk to him than I'll talk to him.
Yeah. I would not bet on, if I had to make odds, it's 1,000,000,000 to 1 that I put Jon Jones on the White House card.
All right, I think that ends the questions on it.
Yeah.
Even so, Jones refuses to back down, already back in the gym training hard, while holding out hope that Dana White might reconsider. He believes a fight at the White House would be the perfect way to cap off his legendary career. While White remains firm in his skepticism, Jones is determined to prove him wrong and continues to see the possibility of a White House fight as a powerful source of motivation. After all, Jones' story has always been about defying the odds, and he's once again prepared to push his limits to make it happen.
So they've announced this White House UFC fight. Can we expect to see you on the card?
I can't promise anyone anything, but I have very strong feelings that I'll be on that card.
So who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take a Marcus Holyfield for the year.
Any possible names you think?
But, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall. We'll see who's the champion at the end of the year, and the only thing to have an American guy fight for the championship tonight.
Even so, Jones refuses to back down and is already back in the gym, training hard while holding out hope that Dana White might change his stance. He believes that a fight at the White House would be the perfect ending to his legendary career. While White remains firm in his skepticism, Jones is determined to prove him wrong and continues to draw motivation from the possibility of making history on such a stage. After all, Jones's career has always been defined by defying the odds, and once again, he seems prepared to push his limits to make it happen.
I felt like I've done it all in the MMA space. There wasn't too many more challenges for me. I just wanted to do something more than championships and money. Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House. That just seems like such a huge opportunity. We're very proud of American. I have a lot of close friends that are in the military. So,
meanwhile, Daniel Cormier, Jones's longtime rival, has offered a very different perspective. The former UFC light heavyweight and heavyweight champion believes that for the UFC's 2026 White House event to truly succeed, Jones must be on the card. According to Cormier, it's essential to have an American fighter leading the charge, and despite his personal dislike for Jones, he admits that if the UFC wants to guarantee a U.S. victory on such a historic stage, Jones is the man for the job. While their rivalry is well known, Cormier cannot deny Jones' skill, dominance, and ability to deliver when it matters most, insisting that Jones is the best choice to represent America at the White House.
Give me a Mount Rushmore fighters.
Demetrius Johnson. Okay. George St. Pierre.
Okay.
Khabib was undefeated. Nobody beat him. 4, this way gets tough.
I thought you might put Anderson.
Anderson had the steroid.
Yeah.
Right? I can't put Anderson. Like, I would like to put Anderson. If I'm saying all those guys included, then obviously John and Anderson are on that Mount Rushmore. Right. But I don't do that. I refuse it. Not in fight.
Remarks underscore a broader concern about the decline of American MMA talent at the elite level, pointing out that no U.S. fighter currently ranks in the top 10 pound-for-pound list. He believes Jones's presence could help bridge that gap, despite their bitter rivalry. Cormier takes a practical view of what the UFC needs for its biggest events. Ultimately, if the promotion wants someone who can consistently perform at the highest level, Jones, controversies aside, still stands as the most dependable American fighter on the roster
John
today.
Kicked me and he hit with the follow-up shots, right? With the follow-up shots, right? Only time I knocked out, I go to my corner, I ask my coach, I say, what happened? He tells Rogan interviews me. As we're walking out the octagon, I look to him and I go, hey, what happened? He tells me. He told me I did that 7 times. And then every time he explained it, I would have the exact same reaction. Like it was the first time I heard shit. They're trying to get me in the ambulance. I'm refusing. Finally, I get in the ambulance and I wake up. And I was present like nothing had happened. I was like, I lost. You're like, nah, he wasn't beating me at heavyweight.
He couldn't beat you?
I don't think so. Because I was good at heavyweight. Now, I think I was probably better.
You're probably a natural heavyweight there where
exactly. He doesn't have my natural weight. I was like my natural weight. But he almost admitted it. He said in the time that we were fighting, he goes, no, I'm not going to fight him at heavyweight. That would be giving him the advantage. He goes, he's bigger than me naturally. Right. And he goes, no. But then like a couple weeks ago, he was talking about me fighting. I was like, bruh, I'm 45 years old, man. I'm 46 now. Right. Go fight the dude that want to fight you. Like,
right.
You got a big.
Oh, he want to fight you now at heavyweight?
I would beat DC at heavyweight. Yo, I've been retired for 5 years, my brother.
Right.
Go fight somebody else. Like, I'm good.
Pick on somebody your own side.
Go fight Tom Aspinall. He don't hit very hard with his hands. He does not punch hard.
Really?
No, he does not punch hard.
While Jones's future remains uncertain, one thing is undeniable. He isn't finished yet. Even if the odds of him fighting at the White House event are slim, his continued training, renewed dedication, and return to the UFC's anti-doping pool keep fans on edge. His story has always been one of highs and lows, and this latest chapter suggests he may not be done writing his legacy. If there's anyone who can rise from the ashes of retirement and reclaim the spotlight, it's Jon Jones.
Okay. George St. Pierre.
Okay.
Khabib was undefeated. Nobody beat him. 4, that's where it gets tough. I would never put myself up there.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But I'm like right in that 4 to 7 range.
I thought you might put Anderson.
Anderson had the steroid.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so like, I can't put Anderson. Like, I would like to put Anderson. If I'm saying all those guys included, then obviously John and Anderson are on that Mount Rushmore. Right. But I don't do that. I refuse it. Not in
fighting. I never thought they would actually meet his price, but they did. Do I think Jones has been ducking him? Yes. He's so close to the end, so close to retiring undefeated. So why risk it all against a guy who, in my opinion, would have given him a tough fight and probably beaten him? Jones gave UFC a number, reportedly around $30 million, for the fight. I don't think he expected them to agree, but they did. At first, he said yes, and then just a couple of days later, he backed out, almost like he hit rock bottom and changed his mind.
Think that they would come up with a number. And they did. Yeah.
You think Jones has been ducking him?
Yes. He is so close to the end. So close to retiring as undefeated. Are you going to risk it all to fight this one guy who is really, really good and, in my opinion, would have given him a tough fight and probably would have beaten him? He gave the UFC number. I believe it's in the $30 million range for this fight. And I think he didn't think that they would come up with a number. And they did. And then he said yes. And then 2 days later, 3 days later, whatever, he said, nah, it's like...
In another corner of the UFC, Arman Tsarukyan has made it clear that he feels deserving of a title eliminator fight with Ilia Topuria, though he's realistic about the timeline, acknowledging that Topuria likely won't defend his belt until early 2026. In the meantime, Tsarukyan is targeting another top contender later this year, with his camp already in talks with the UFC about potential matchups against elite lightweights such as Justin Gaethje, Dan Hooker, or Paddy Pimblett. He's particularly interested in facing Gaethje, ideally in Abu Dhabi or Qatar, as he continues pushing for the breakthrough opportunity he has long been waiting for. Determined and hungry, Tsarukyan is eager to finally make his move toward UFC gold.
Arman Tsarukyan will not be fighting Ilia Topuria next. According to him, Arman Tsarukyan apparently just met with Dana White in the UFC, and they have established that Arman Tsarukyan will not fight Ilia Topuria next. But I will say we have some good news, guys, because Arman Tsarukyan said it looks like he's going to get scheduled to fight in Abu Dhabi or Qatar. I'm hoping it's going to be Abu Dhabi. He could be a perfect co-main event against a guy like Paddy Pimblett or maybe a Justin Gaethje for UFC 321. So I don't know if this is going to be a good thing or a bad thing, because on one hand, maybe we can get Ilia Topuria to wait around for a true #1 contender. Or are they just going to do Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje that absolutely nobody wants to see? I don't know, man. We're going to have to find out. But Arman Tsarukyan said himself that if he got to pick, he wants to fight Paddy Pimblett. He said Justin Gaethje is a possibility. But he also mentioned that him and the UFC talked about a potential fight with Dan Hooker. So if it was up to me, I would rather Ilia Topuria sit out a little bit, let Arman Tsarukyan fight Paddy Pimblett for a #1 contenders fight, and then just do Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker for pure violence. Let me know what y'all think about this.
Meanwhile, the bantamweight division is heating up with a potential showdown between Merab Dvalishvili and Corey Sandhagen at UFC 320. Sandhagen, known for his versatile and well-rounded skill set, is widely viewed as a serious threat to Dvalishvili's dominant reign. Having already fought 3 times this year, Dvalishvili has established himself as one of the most relentless fighters in the division. Still, some, including former opponent Sean O'Malley, believe Sandhagen has the tools to dethrone him. O'Malley, who has faced both men, points out vulnerabilities in Dvalishvili's style that he believes Sandhagen is uniquely equipped to exploit.
I'm super curious what I feel like Merab had on tape. He looks sloppy, looks like, you can catch him. I almost did a few times, missed a big knee, missed a big left hand, missed a few shots, and when you miss those shots, he's on you. He's got weird timing, and he's freakishly strong. Like, he's just got he's got some good strength, and he's good at holding you down, and if you do get up, he's good at mat returning. And so I'm curious to see if Corey can create some scrambles and how that plays out. But man, I don't know.
Still recovering from a tough loss to Dvalishvili, knows firsthand the challenges of competing at the top of the bantamweight division, and has offered his insights on what could be one of the most exciting matchups in recent memory. Despite being the underdog, Sandhagen's versatility may be the key to pulling off an upset. While Dvalishvili has been a dominant force, his relentless aggression leaves openings, and Sandhagen is the type of fighter who can take advantage of them. With the bantamweight title picture far from settled, the stakes for UFC 320 are incredibly high. Fans are eagerly anticipating a showdown that promises not only fireworks inside the cage, but also lasting implications for the division's future. As always in the UFC, it's the drama, rivalries, and unexpected twists that keep fans coming back for more.